evening. Today is Monday, April 14th, and I finished a diamond painting. Finished it over the weekend. I'm not crazy about it because when I was working on it and not looking at through the camera as I'm doing right now, you can't really see what it is. It's just blobs of color. Can't even read the Wanted and Robin Hood, but looking at the camera, you can see what it is. But it was disappointing because Robin Hood is one of my favorite Disney movies. Of course, if it was a bigger canvas, this is 30 by 30 and probably better rendered. The picture would probably be more clear because the bigger the canvas, the more clear the image is that you're working on. But I went ahead and kitted up 4 more diamond paintings. 3 of them are over there, and then 1 of them I'm working on. And busy week this week. I had PT this afternoon, and then tomorrow I'll have my appointment with my foot surgeon in the morning, and then I'll have OT tomorrow afternoon because she just texted me about it. And then Wednesday I'll have my CT scan, which I'm not looking forward to. And then Friday I have PT again. And this time we did exercises sitting in here. Then I hopped to the bedroom and did some more leg exercises laying down. And then we came in here. And then instead of going into the kitchen by the sink and doing leg exercises over there, she had me get on the knee scooter and walk around for 5 minutes, which was it was easy, but a pain because if I didn't have the steps on either side, like the steps over here and step over there, walking around would have been so much easier with the knee scooter. But I was just basically walking here, going around, then walking to the dining room and then through the kitchen and back around again. My hip wasn't crazy about it. Yeah, and then she asked if I had any pain or anything. I did tell her that my leg was swelling still, because I haven't really been putting my leg up since I got the boot on, because I really wasn't feeling the swelling as I did with the cast. And I think it was Friday or Saturday, I happened to look down at my leg and I'm like, oh, it's still swelling up. So yesterday and today I've been putting my foot up and it hasn't been that bad. And of course, when I go to bed, I have the foot of the bed, up. And she said, yeah, that's still gonna happen because I can't do ankle rotations right now. So because I can't really move my ankle and stuff, the swelling's still gonna happen. And she's like, be sure to make sure your leg isn't warm and isn't changing colors. The swelling and stuff, because if it does, call your doctor, because that's a sign of a blood clot. But I have been moving my foot around a little bit, my leg around, because I can't help that to do it. My foot's not moving, obviously, but I still move the boot around and stuff. But so yeah, hopefully tomorrow she can tell me that I can put weight on it a little bit. She told me I can, but it's only for transferring. But so I'm hoping a little bit more. And yeah, and I got my rides all squared away. The place called, said that the rides were arranged, and then I got text messages. They use Lyft, and so they texted me when they're gonna pick me. Lyft texted me that when they're gonna pick me up to go there, and they already and they text me when they're going to pick me up from the place to come home, which is different because when I had called my caseworker for the rides, they used Uber. And when you're done with your appointment, you text them number one, for them to know that to get the ride to come back home. So that's different. And plus, another thing is when they come, they say they wait 5 minutes, and if you're not there, they leave. So yeah, and I'm usually waiting outside when they come pick me up from the house, so because it takes me a while to get out there. It should be interesting for coming home, especially on Wednesday, because I estimated when I should be done with the CT scan. So yeah. But other than that, nothing much going on, of course, because I've been home. I'm getting tired of being home. I never thought I'd say that. Well, I just want to get out of the house besides going to the doctor, you know. And haven't cried in a while, which is good. But it's like almost like being when it was 5 years ago with the pandemic and being having to quarantine, you know. But even back then, when we were quarantined, I was still going to the grocery store and the doctor's appointments and stuff, but nowhere else, which is what I have been doing for the past 10 years or 5 years. But yeah, and then Sunday, my router, I don't know if it got overheated or what, but it turned itself off a couple times, and I had to go with the walker and one time with the knee scooter, hobble and turn it on and off. So I went ahead and ordered a new router because there's a 13-year-old that's been playing video games, and the second time it was turned off, the router was turned off, he had a little meltdown, I heard, in the bedroom. So I'm like, let me order a new one. So of course it's been fine now. I think it got overheated, even though I have the air on and it's resting. It's on a rack, a shelving thing to get air and stuff around it. So it's probably due to get a new one because they last like 3 or 5 years. Because after my dad passed away, and we noticed the router was, well, we didn't know the router was going. Somebody told us that the router was going. So my mom went to Office Max and had me get a new router. Of course, I think we had somebody put it in, or I put it in, I forget. And then after she died, I had to get a new one. And that both times I think I installed it, but I still had a hard time trying to turn it on or whatever. And I ended up having to call the cable company, and them coming out, helping me. But so that's that. When it's officially dead and gone, I'll put the new one in. I did a 6-month payment thing to alleviate the pain of my credit card, because I'm still paying for the printer. And yeah, nothing else exciting. So I'll end it here and see you guys later.